Inflation rate cooled to 6.8% in November as gas got cheaper but food keeps getting more expensive. Canada's inflation rate cooled to 6.8% last month as prices for gasoline and furniture went down, but the cost of food and rent went up. Statistics Canada reported Wednesday that gasoline prices across the country fell by 3.6% during the month. They're still up by 13.7% compared to where they were a year ago, but that's down from the 17.8% annual increase clocked the month before. The price of a fill-up may be inching down from record highs, but the cost to fill up a belly continues to increase at an astonishing pace. Grocery bills increased at an 11.4% annual pace last month, up from the 11% increase seen in October. A variety of food items have seen above-average increases in the past 12 months, including edible fats and oils, up 26%. Coffee and tea, up 16.8%. Eggs, up 16.7%. Cereal products, up 15.7%. Bakery products, up 15.5%. Prices like that are causing many Canadians to take more and more extreme measures to put food on the table. Diane Desbarros of Sarnia, Ontario, has managed to slash her grocery bill this year, but she warns that her methods are not for everyone. It does take some time, I'm not going to lie, but it doesn't take as much time as you would think, she says of her system, which sees her use multiple apps to comparison shop and find deals, stock up on sale items when available and maximize reward points as much as possible. You'll get as much as you put into it out, but the price of food is ridiculous and I don't see it getting any better, she says. If you are just shopping your regular shopping habits, you're going to see an increase on your bill drastically, and I think Canadians have already seen that. Christmas dinner is often a very expensive outlay, but this year, by her calculations, she'll have spent just $26.78 out of pocket to feed the entire family. The main change was substituting chicken for turkey, but besides that she'll have all the fixings one might expect, from cranberry sauce to potatoes, vegetables, a salad, stuffing, dessert and even a cheese board. In years past for Christmas dinner, a lot of the times I've been making 2 or 3 different kinds of dishes, but this year we really decided on a menu and stuck to it, she says. We don't need 3 different kinds of potatoes. We don't need 3 different types of vegetables. Rent going up at fastest pace in 30 years. The cost to keep a roof over one's head is also increasing at a rapid clip, with overall shelter costs up 7.2% in the past year. Within the shelter category, mortgage interest costs have risen by 14.5% in the past year, while rent has increased by 5.9%. That's the fastest pace of increase in rents we've seen since the early 1990s, Bank of Montreal economist Doug Porter noted. Beyond the grocery aisle, Porter says prices for items such as furniture and vehicles are still increasing, but at a much slower pace than before, which is why he says it's becoming clear that the route for inflation to come back down to a more normal level will be an achingly slow process. While lower pump prices will help chop next month's rate, the fact that many measures of core inflation are still nudging higher is a clear warning sign of persistent underlying pressures, he said. Beyond the grocery aisle, Porter says prices for items such as furniture and vehicles are still increasing, but at a much slower pace than before, which is why he says it's becoming clear that the route for inflation to come back down to a more normal level will be an achingly slow process. While lower pump prices will help chop next month's rate, the fact that many measures of core inflation are still nudging higher is a clear warning sign of persistent underlying pressures, he said. Persistent underlying pressures, he said.
Subscribe our YouTube channel and click our bell icon for new videos.